What up, do everybody? You are now under the black top where we try to get our act together and find strength and unity in the circle of life and friendship. I am Billy.
I'm Timbo.
And I am Ray. It's nice to be back here. It's nice to be here in 2022.
Whoop
This is
whoop.
the first time we're recording.
Yeah.
So how you guys been? It's been a while.
I'm straight.
Oh, you straight? Okay, everybody's
I'm
straight.
cool. I'm cool, Yeah, man. How you been doing, G?
Oh man, it's I've been alright. It's been a long couple of weeks. The family got the
Mm-hmm.
COVID bug, but everybody's feeling better now, thankfully.
Thank God.
You
Like
know,
the whole family?
nah, man, I was out here dodging it like Barry Sanders. Apparently, I don't understand how, but
Dude, Barry Sanders got as soon as he got vaccinated, or I could swear as soon as they put up a post about him getting vaccinated, a couple days later, he got it. After
oh,
being double vaccinated, I got such and such. I
okay,
think that was one of his tweets.
okay. Well,
Every-
I guess I'm out here dodging it better than Barry. Um,
That's petty.
no, but no, it's just I don't know how I didn't get it. I was kind of expecting to, just because with
Mm-hmm.
this latest variant, it's so contagious. And I'm chopping it up to just being vaccinated. I was boosted relatively recently. Within the time period that they say that it's still really can fight against the Omicron variant. So maybe that's what it is. Or maybe I had it and my symptoms were just so mild that I didn't even know I had it. I've been hearing that a lot too. So I mean, either way, I'm happy that my family is feeling better,
Right.
and that everybody on the other side of it, because there's so many people that they can't say that. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it's been a little crazy over here, but other than that, man, it's been cool. Timbo, how you been?
I've been making it. It's um just taking things a day at a time. I started the website, as y'all know. So just managing that. I need to release some more artwork on there, and
Yeah, what's the website
just
again?
as timothy-buys.pixels.com. And of course, my Insta is Obelorantico. If you go on either of those sites, you can find all of my merchandise, a few of my pieces on my site. If you see anything on the Instagram that you would like put on the site, just let me know. I'm just trying to do that and trying to feel like a little business person. So it's pretty cool.
There we go, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, and chopping it up for the people out there listening. How was you guys' Christmas? I don't think that we actually spoke since Christmas. How was the whole Christmas New Year thing for you guys?
It was pretty normal for
Hey,
me. I worked,
okay,
and then it was a lot going on in the personal life, so it wasn't quite Christmassy or New Year's Eve this year for me,
okay.
but it's
I
fine.
feel that. I mean, it kind of
Yeah.
happens when we get older, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the kind of the joy and mystique of it kind of rubs off a bit. I don't know, Billy. How was
Yeah.
yours?
The same, but I saw elements of what Christmas used to feel like, which is a little bittersweet. Because it let me know that those elements or those nuances of just that time weren't gone,
Hmm.
but that I'm not in a space to be able to look at the world through those eyes again, or not right
Right,
now. But I can
right.
kind of see the glimmer that's still there. So, oh, it's a lot
Hmm.
of work, man. Retail do that to you. I
Yeah.
think that I was talking to a friend of a friend, and I was explaining to him that working in retail can kill your hope in humanity. And he was like, dude, my friend just said the same thing. I was like, oh, it was kind of a joke, but kind of serious, you
Hmm.
know.
Hey, for
I don't
real.
think it's no joke.
I that resonated with somebody else. Yeah, man. So I'm thankful that I got to spend time with my family. Thankful to have more time to do what it is that I want to do with my life.
Hmm.
And yeah, whether it's Christmas, New Year's, another day, I'm happy about it.
I feel that.
Great.
I feel that. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Kind of being on my side of it. Just having a kid be excited for Christmas. Um, was really cool. Just being like that. I'm waking up, and what time can I wake up? Kind of conversations. That was kind of cool being on this side of it as opposed to being, just the over anxious kid. So that part was fun. It was fun, like you said, being with family and everything. And yeah, it's just been cool.
Good.
I'm happy to see another year.
Yes.
2022. Hopefully, it's
Hmm.
better than 21. Yeah, you know. Just keep moving up.
Yes.
Oh,
Cool. Well,
Did you say hopefully? I think we all there like, please.
all right, you're not
It
stepping on
would be
all the
nice.
eggshells walking into 2022.
I'm over it.
Like we done tripping. Like
Right? That's what we done tripping. Like, I just want to know. Is it a
yeah,
collective yes? Okay.
like looking both ways. Like we crossing the street. Like for real.
We
Like are
about to
we
do this,
finished?
okay?
Oh man.
Man,
All right, man. Jumping into the episode.
yeah.
What we listening to, Timbo?
this episode we listened to Anima Eterna by Jacob Joseph Orlinsky. It's classical music because I wanted to. The whole idea of the week that we had picked was something that we would not listen to at all. And I do listen to classical music, but I haven't listened to modern classical music. So I wanted to see what it was like. What did everybody think?
I honestly have mixed feelings on it. Like I really like the instruments from it. And just the general classical play. I used to listen to classical, back when, but maybe it was possibly because I didn't understand the language. But I found that the vocals, every time the vocals came across, I almost wish that there was some kind of visual accompaniment to it. Like I
Hmm.
was like sitting there wishing that I could be sitting watching the play, or I wanted to watch the story. And I think it's because I didn't really understand exactly what
Right.
was being said. But then there were times where like the vocals kind of had me in a trance too. Like it was this one song in particular. I don't remember which one it was because some of them kind of blended together.
Yes, and they're
Um,
all very long too. Like what,
yeah,
19 minutes, 15, 20 minutes?
exactly. So, but it was this one where um they were singing a melody and then they would echo the melody back with the instruments. And I thought that that was so cool because, even without being able to understand the language, I didn't need it to appreciate that part of the song and just as a whole. So it was like little parts of that kind of put into the whole thing that I kind of liked. Like I said, I
Okay.
appreciate the music a little more. The vocals kind of had me lost. I really wish I could understand what they were saying. It would be dope if I could just watch it in a play form, if it's even that kind of story. Who could
Yeah,
say?
no, because that would be context. So I get it. Because you'd be like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, exactly. Other than just a Hallelujah song, I knew I kind of got that one because I know Hallelujah.
Right.
I don't know, Billy. What you think?
Kind of the same things that you say. I
Hmm.
think the language barrier was a little different for me. First off, something about it felt really straightforward and very technical and more rigid, just in rhythm and just the way things were performed than what I'm used to listening to. So feeling that was an interesting experience. I didn't really care for the singing. I preferred the instrumental. I just it's not that the singing was bad. I just would have preferred just a smooth. It took so much of my attention to stay focused on the music because the music would I just drift off and come back and be like, wow, it's the same song. I just lose myself with it. But
Hmm.
I think it's pleasant. I think it's calming. I think it's sharp. I think it's communicative. And outside of, like I said, the different language barrier is that there is a language of this music that I don't understand. Why instruments go where they go, what instruments are used, and what a person who composes something like this is trying to say. And I would like to acquire an appreciation for that. I just don't really have it. So again, mixed feelings. The music is pleasant, and some of the passages were very beautiful, but nothing really swooned me overall. Nothing in particular, I should say.
I feel that. Yeah, Timbo. What was your overall kind of feelings on
I kind of feel like both of y'all to a degree. Just different things. Of course, yes, it would be nice to know what was going on in English,
it?
but we did not have that l- liberty.
Right. I want have to
Normally,
find a
when I was listening,
translation.
I would do some research and try and get the backstory. But as y'all know, with tons of things going on personally, and I just was not in a space to do that. But sonically, I did enjoy it. I thought it was very well produced. I liked the fact that it seemed like it was live vocals. Um, his voice is very interesting. He kind of gives me like a countertenor vibe because it
Hmm.
seemed like he was kind of singing in maybe like a mixed part of his voice or something. So that was interesting because most guys don't sing in that register, like especially when it comes to like pop music and stuff like that. So, um, but I think it's very obvious he takes what he does seriously. He he's really into it because it's just all over. It sounded good to me. I like the way he sounded. I like the way the instrument sounded. uh, it definitely still gave me the vibe of being like at Barnes and Noble or just it would be nice to
Right.
listen to when I'm like studying. But that's interesting. I'm not a student currently, completely, but
Yeah.
it would just be good for that. So I would give it a listen again because I just want to see if I can get some more of the nuances that I may have missed the first time. But yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting that you say, listening to while studying. While driving, actually, it was a point. I was just driving to work and, just hit a stretch on the freeway where just I was able just to just cruise for a little bit. And it was kind of nice just sitting back listening to the music and that lack of kind of understanding even the language was almost at that point a little freeing because I don't have to try to understand. I could just sit back and just listen to it all and just kind of just go and just relax. So that part was pretty cool.
yeah, sure.
Right.
Awesome.
Right, sweet. All right. So I guess moving along, our next album choice is going to be something that we are kind of looking forward to, or something that we want to listen to, or are anticipating.
Mhm.
Everybody got an album, I believe so.
Uh huh.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I will go with Keys by Alicia Keys.
Okay,
Timbo,
I
what you
missed
got?
that. Nala Sinefro by Space 1.8. I can spell it. Nala space SINEPHRO
Okay.
What's the album?
space 1.8.
Oh,
That's interesting. I never even heard of that. All right, what you got,
yeah.
Billy?
The Harder They Fall by James Samuel, I believe. I think he did that. Or I think that's his album.
The soundtrack?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that last album. Whose pick was that?
Symbols.
It
Timbo.
was.
Okay, so it will be you taking away.
Um. Okay, what was the other one? I know about the Hard Did They Fall. What was the other
Yep.
one?
Keys by Alicia Keys.
I'm gonna have to take off the Hard Did They Fall.
Huh.
All right, Billy, what you got?
Hmm. This Space 1.8, man. I mean, yeah, 1.8. That's too. I'm too curious. Who
Okay.
names the album that? And I don't know what the genre is, so I'm trying. I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is good.
Okay. So we will be listening to Nala. What's the last name?
Sinefro.
Tenefra. Base 1.8. Cool.
All right.
All right. So moving along to our next segment on the book that we're reading or read, because it's not really too much um to really speak on. It was a small, at least in the book that the version that I was reading, it was a small little section that we didn't really discuss, but it really was just kind of putting everything into practice and how once you kind of put it into practice, it kind of becomes easier. You kind of see how the laws kind of, you know, play together, so to speak. So I guess I'll just kind of use this time to kind of just speak about the book and have you guys been trying to use the laws over the past, few weeks, or this is something that you need to go back and refresh yourselves with. Like me personally, I think that I'm gonna need to go back and kind of read the book again and just kind of just refamiliarize myself with just the laws. And I think that I want to make it something that I kind of just put into a rotation of reading, just to kind of almost like how I can kind of just pick up a Harry Potter book and be like, oh yeah, it's this kind of part and it's this and this. I would love to get like that with this book, and it should be fairly simple because it's not a long read. But yeah, just over the last couple weeks, what have you guys been doing? Timbo, anything?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is just, I feel like I want to keep it kind of in rotation because I feel like it's always something that I could still be implementing more that maybe once I read it again, like, oh, I'll start doing that. But
Hmm.
just for me, it's just the whole staying objective things and not taking things so personally. It's
Hmm.
just, that's what I get from, I don't know which law it is, but it's just from the idea of the book. It's just certain things that they talk about. It's just, you know, observing it, not letting it really affect your mood and realizing there's stuff outside of you and things like that. So I try to always keep all of that in mind.
Okay, I feel that. Billy.
It's been pleasantly.
Oh, has been pleasantly.
Okay, okay, we're back.
There we go.
We're almost back, bro.
Yes, okay.
There we go. Oh man, we've been pleasantly.
We will pleasantly, and that's it, right?
Pleasantly cut off.
What? Oh, pleasantly challenge.
Hmm.
I've been trying to, especially with the defenseless thing.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
that's it's not something that I think I struggle with, but something about that chapter kind of stuck with me, or that law stuck with me. So I wanted to put more attention in that space, and still working on other laws. Um, I can start to see maturity and see a vision kind of shape out into my discipline and focus, and I'm really appreciative for that. I think it's I didn't think it would make me focus and discipline by trying to nail him. He gave me finer points to work on, things I was already working on, and newer challenges that really touch the root of maybe some things that are obstacles for me, not just the surface levels, not just right at the top, really touch the roots. So that makes a big difference for me. And that gives
Hmm.
me better vision, which allows me of a better vision, and I get more focus and discipline from it.
See, I feel that. That's kind of how I felt as I was reading the book, but then as soon as I stopped reading, I kind of got back into the everyday life. It just kind of, almost out of sight, out of mind. That's why I need to keep it in kind of repetition, um,
Hmm.
So,
personally. All right, well, cool. Well, that was a good book.
Yes, for sure.
For everybody watching and listening, we'll keep up. We'll let you guys know exactly what book we're going to do next. But we do have a movie that we just
Yes.
watched, The Harder They Fall, which was on Netflix, I believe,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, it's
Hmm. Hmm.
Netflix. So, pretty cool movie. What did you guys think? Anybody? I mean,
I like the fact that it was, although it wasn't a true story, it was based on true people that existed.
yeah.
So I mean, for me, I would just it would have been nice if it was actually a real like story, but it's fine.
Hmm.
So the cool thing is, it's plenty of people to research and to learn about their lives, and I'm sure some of the truth was kind of intermingled with the thematic elements. But
Right.
yeah, it was very action packed and intense wild western with black leads. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I agree, especially like you said with the black leads. There were so many famous black faces in this movie, and to see a black western done like this
Mhm.
was really cool. Just
Yes.
the acting was on point, in my opinion.
Hmm.
The story was good. It was something I could see myself watching more than once. It was just a really good story. It was just really fun to watch. What did you think, Billy?
I
First
agree.
impression.
I agree. It was very fun to watch. When I was younger, we would take trips to Florida for Universal
Okay.
Studios and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And there
Hmm.
used to be this show that was a live stage Western. It was like one of those buildings or a couple of those buildings that you saw in the movie, all on one flat, like show stage right in front of you. And they would play with each other, like act on the stage action sequence just like the movie. From this like the rooftop to down where the saloon would have been to
Mm-hmm.
around the corner by the gutter with the bales of hay, and then there's a well out front. It was a really really awesome show. We came home. I forgot that my mom had recorded it, so I would go back in there or I would sneak in there and watch the tape until I broke the thing because there's an adapter. It's this really tiny tape that you have to fit into a VHS adapter, and
Mhm.
somehow I broke it, bro. But I would watch it over and over and over again, and I didn't think about this till I watched the movie, man. And my granddad, that's all he watched was Western 24/7, like
Oh
black and white,
wow.
whatever channel that was.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mhm. AMC, that's what it was for a long time.
yeah. So this I didn't know I needed this Western in my life. The first half, it reminded me kind of like a Quentin Tarantino film, the way the shots were set
Mhm.
up. It
Mm-hmm.
took for it to develop in something where I felt like it was its own thing. It
I wonder if they
reminded
did that.
me of
I
what
wonder if they did that purposefully, or if it's just because maybe that's what we can just draw from.
I think
Because
that
I almost think that they purposefully put the what line was it? Like it was a point where okay, well, they were about to break Buck off the train, and they stopped the train, and my man's the white guy jumped off the train and came out and was about to use the N word, or what we thought was maybe about to be the
Mhm.
N word, and she
Mhm.
shot him. And he was like, "Oh, he could have been saying nincompoop," and she was like, "Well, we ain't no nincompoop," you know.
Right. She
So
said she ain't about to say that. That's
yeah, so
basically what she
even
said.
just that, I think that it was kind of just making reference, like, hey, we're not about to just throw the N word around like a million times, and like it's not that kind of Western,
Hmm.
which I thought was kind of cool.
I
Yes.
think
Yes.
that's awesome. I was dealing specifically with the shots,
Hmm.
and I Quentin Tarantino uses a lot of shots from old westerns, so they could have just been using shots from older westerns,
Mm,
and it
okay.
reminded me of Quentin Tarantino. But um, the world wasn't as consistent, which for a long time, a large part of the movie, I felt like something was missing, which kind of snatched the story and snatched me out of the film. But like when there was an hour and 15 minutes left, whenever the lady in blue was dancing through the saloon, from that point for
Hmm.
the rest of the movie, sold it, bro. I swear it sold. There were other little hiccups or inconsistencies and stuff that didn't bother me at all. The story
Okay.
started to come together. I thought the shots were brilliant. I really enjoyed the colors. I was psychologically stimulated by the mind games and how many steps I thought I knew, but how these characters were making decisions, and that's a wise decision. I didn't put that two together. It wasn't as predictable as it was almost starting to feel. There was
Right.
one plot in particular that I didn't think was coming. I was like, oh, this is where we at. This
Hmm.
is a really. I got engaged at that point, and then another one came. And I was like,
Hmm.
hey, I would like to purchase this movie because at that point, everything paid off.
Hmm.
Really enjoyed the imagery from the shots, just the interesting looks. I think there's this one long parallax shot at the end when Nate loves it zooms from where Buck was in his office from
Hmm.
out the class all the way where Nate was in front of the church.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what scene you're talking about.
That was so cool, man.
See,
And it was cool. It was cool for me to pick it up because I'm trying to slowly learn things about filmmaking and storytelling and
hmm,
how directors just do a job or how they choose a shot, how they put things together to communicate something.
hmm,
And I thought that was really really cool. And it was a western that felt like a traditional old western and something modern. The music
Hmm.
was dope. Um,
music was dope.
there was something else. The stare off. The amount of stare offs and tension in this movie, man. I felt like they made such good use of it from that hour and 15 late
Uh
that it
huh.
was so entertaining, man. There were so many,
It
but
was
I enjoyed
cool.
it. Very
Man.
cool. The payoff was awesome for me, so I would definitely watch it again. And I want to watch it again because I think there were little Easter eggs, like the Red Hood guy at the end. I don't
Oh yeah.
remember from
Oh,
because
it
his
was.
was from the bank, but there was nobody that was white that was robbing with the Red Hoods.
Hmm.
Like Red Hood. I just want to watch it again to see if I can figure it out. I don't want
Right.
to read it.
No, yeah, it was mad. Little Easter eggs in there, like, cause even cause I noticed watching it the first time through the train.
Yeah,
The C.A. Bozeman,
yeah.
Uh,
the chat, for Chadwick Boseman.
yeah.
So I'm like, that was kind of cool. And it was a bunch of little like just things that you would kind of see. Like, I was looking at something, and they were saying that even in the town, that they named a lot of the shops after real people. So like, it was one of the shops was like a Carter and Carter, and the director was talking about how he was talking to Jay-Z trying to figure out, okay, well, what goes for Carter? And so they ended up calling it Carter and Carter, and that's based
Mhm.
on the Carters. So it's just really cool, just how
Awesome.
just the little backstories that you have, and just it's movies in general. It's just really really cool.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
and I could. The cool thing was, I think the whole cast had a lot of chemistry too. It's like even
Hmm.
though eventually they end up all turning on each other, I knew that was coming because it's a western. But it's
Right.
just like you could tell that they were all committed to making sure that they told that story, and they all just had the same type of vision for everything.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did
That's
you guys see the?
that's what I like about it being a good story. It's not necessarily just a black story. It's a really good
Hmm.
story with a bunch of black people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel
I
that.
really
Not
like
necessarily
that.
a black story.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the twist coming?
No.
No.
I knew it was gonna happen somewhere. I just, I didn't know exactly who, but yeah, I mean, I knew that from westerns. I'm like, it's always gonna be somebody that's
See, I knew it was gonna be a twist.
double crossing.
I didn't expect the familial ties that transpired. Like that shit was crazy.
And the habits, like the generation, but the reality
Man,
of
because at that point, like Rufus and that are the same person, because just
that's crazy, bro.
like how Rufus was going to find his dad, and his act of revenge was killing this whole family.
Yeah.
Nat did the same thing. He went and he found, the dude, and he had changed his life and was now, in the beginning of the movie, he was like a Catholic, he was a pastor or a priest or something like that. And he was like, no, I don't care what you was, what you are now, like I came here for this revenge. So it was just interesting how even in the beginning of the movie, they were both kind of the same person,
It's the
and
juggernaut.
you end
Like,
up
what?
being the siblings. I mean,
Dude,
he was quick
after
with the hands.
having that come so late at the end of the movie,
Hmm.
Yeah.
I I thought think I thought thinking the
Mhm.
cross had so much more weight and it had been everywhere throughout the entire film. And I had
Hmm.
just been missing it. And now the weight,
Hmm.
it's like, wow, the experience of feeling this emotional weights, or I guess the like psychological weights, whatever it is that you feel when you watch a movie and things compound, that experience is super cool.
Man.
It's been a
So,
while since I've been engaged in like all those kind of ways from a film.
right. Man, it was really cool. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. And you said a good point, Billy. Like when it comes to Netflix movies, how do you buy these? Like what if they just like take it off Netflix one day? Like what if it all of a sudden it's controversial, they pull it from Netflix. I could just never see it again?
Mhm.
Like can
Mm.
we buy it? I don't know.
I think you can probably buy it, and you
I was
probably
thinking
would
about
keep
that
it in
about
your
like
library.
thinking about that like with Chappelle, like like the closer. If I did want to
Can
purchase
of,
that, you
basically.
know, because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Right.
But no, this movie was really good.
Yeah.
Something that I would definitely watch again. People listening, I think you should definitely give it a watch. It was really cool. It would be nice to see if they could come out with a sequel for it. Um,
It's pretty cool and a spinoff. I want to see what happened. It was it Coffee? What's her name, man? Is it cool?
Cuffy.
yeah,
I would definitely watch a spinoff, Cuffy and Marshall. And I think the dude that played Marshall is like the perfect guy to play that, especially for all the black people and the younger black people under him, because he just kind of has like that fatherly thing in almost
yeah.
everything he plays. I thought that was so cool. But I would watch a western, like Gunsmoke. If they made a Gunsmoke with those characters, I would
Hmm.
watch it. And how they ended it, I definitely want to see what's going to happen. I'm curious about this story.
I am
I
too.
now I care about these characters.
Mhm.
That's really
It is really. Oh man, it's super dope. All right, moving. Next segment we got is what you googling, right? So
yeah.
what you googling? What you googling? We got such a little bit of. I see Tim looking at his phone now, like okay,
Let
let me
me
see what
see.
what I'm googling. Um, man, so for me personally, it was so much stuff to even think about. I didn't even know when to go back to Googling. It was
Mhm.
like certain stuff I was thinking, like, oh, well, like around Christmas time, I really wanted a sweet potato pie. So I actually took the time and Googled like sweet potato pie like recipes but I
Mhm.
decided that instead of being upset with an inferior sweet potato pie, I'm just not gonna even make it. Maybe I'm gonna try like in the summertime and I'll just perfect it. But
Mhm.
I would hate to have, a real hankering for a sweet potato pie and for it just to go south, you know? Like
You like is it whose sweet potato pie is at Walmart?
oh,
You've
the
had those
Patty's.
patty pie. I
have
don't
you
think I've
tried
ever
those?
had one. I don't think I had a patty pie.
They're super good. They were my favorite sweet potato pie until this Christmas. I was trying to figure out it was Christmas or New Year's
Hmm.
what I had that was the best that I've ever had, and I couldn't figure it out until you said it. I had never had my cousin's sweet potato pie, bro. It was the best sweet potato pie I've ever had in my life. This is the first time. It
Wow.
was delicious and it was delectable. It was
Mhm.
fluffy. It was airy. It had the right amount of crust, perfect texture.
Man.
It had a certain creaminess, whippedness about this
They do a
man,
New Year
Okay.
pie though? Oh
bro.
man.
It was wonderful. And
That's
now
where
I
it's
got
at.
to work and see if I can get that sweet potato pie recipe. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but
I mean, it don't
I gotta
hurt to
try.
ask.
All
Yeah.
I have to
right.
try. It
I
was
mean,
fantastic, bro.
if you can't get the recipe, maybe you can get on a list, on a waiting list for seconds or something. I don't know. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know if they when the next time they making it.
I don't either, but I gotta make a call. I have
Uh,
to make that.
there you go. Your birthday. Get a birthday pie.
I don't want the pie. I want the recipe.
That one. I see, man. They might keep that one close to the
Right.
chest,
They really
man.
might hold on to
But
that because
they might.
you're doing too much now.
Or not. I don't know that yet. I'm aiming for the stars, man. I
I
did that
feel
recipe.
you. Hey, you don't know till you ask. I'm
You
gonna
want
follow up
them to
on.
give you their recipe. Okay.
Put a note right here. Follow up on the recipe because I love sweet potato pie and I legit
uh,
wanted to make it, but I didn't want my first time to be when I really really wanted it.
Hmm.
Like
you put too
Too
much
much
pressure on
pressure.
I
Hmm.
did, like, cause I had it was grandma's sweet potato pie in my head, right? That's what I wanted,
Hmm.
but I couldn't have that. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try to make one,
you.
knowing that it wasn't gonna be there. It could have been an 80% a great pie. This is a nice B pie, and I would have been
Uh-huh.
like, nah, this is trash. This is not what I was looking for. It don't take. I already knew it. Like I had my expectations set, so
Okay. All right, man.
didn't do it. But
Yeah.
yeah. What were you guys googling?
Um. Synthesizer, synthesizers, and how to use them. Those warm sounds, those sounds that are not pianos and organs and trumpet
Mm,
and music.
okay.
You know, the synth. I just want to know. That's a weakness in my production. I want to be better at it. I want to get the sound I want. Learn how to make them warmer. Learn how to thicken them up. Learning how to understand frequencies and sound waves. Learn how to
Hmm.
mix them and learn how to use the keyboards. These keyboards have a bunch of buttons, and they all
Hmm.
have a function if you understand the science of how to produce or manipulate a sound. And it's such a raw and organic way to create. I want to take a dive. I want to keep diving into it. So I know what I'm doing and feel more comfortable with providing better music, a better sound, grander, and more dreamlike or more intentional soundscapes with all of my instruments, not just drums, not just loops, but I just want to strengthen my synth game. That's what
Now, would the synths be used? Are the synth sounds used as more just filler, or
it depends.
okay?
It depends, man. Oh yeah, it all depends on the music. It's probably used as filler and melodies or counter melodies or main lines. It just depends on how you want to produce what record it is, what kind of song it is.
Okay, okay. Ah, that's interesting.
Hmm.
All right, Timbo, what you been on? What you got?
Okay. One of the things I have is a neuron picture labeled. My
Hmm.
grandmother had the stroke not too long ago. She's doing well. It was a mild one, but one of the things her doctor had suggested for her, and this is another thing I'd like to Google, which is just natural supplements. They mentioned omega-3, which is in fish oil, basically, and so. I also know about fish oil that it helps make neuronal connections, which when you learn something, when your body moves a different way, I think you can make neuronal connections there. And so I was just showing her what a neuron looks like. So that's one of the
Okay.
things that's on there.
Oh, that's pretty. That's really, yeah, that's
hmm
really cool.
Yeah.
Just weird, just
hmm
the random stuff that we kind of Google.
Yeah.
Like, because even myself, so in Googling back around Christmas, I told you guys I was, looking for pies.
hmm
Recently, I was Googling doggone CES, 2022, the Consumer Electronics Show. Um,
Okay.
and I love that kind of stuff, So it was just a bunch of electronics and stuff, and it was just so many cool things. So like of that, it's a couple things that I was kind of Googling that I thought was kind of cool that I'll bring up. Like I don't know if you guys seen, you might have saw this one. It was everywhere. BMW got a color changing car. Have you guys seen this
Hmm.
one?
I
I
think I've
have.
heard about it being like worked on.
Yeah, it's really cool. It goes from it's the e-ink technology, I believe. So kind of similar to what you would have in a Kindle. So it can really only do like white to black, so like white, black shades of gray. But it's just so cool looking at the colors roll through the car and just having the ability to, okay, I want a white car right now, or now I want a black one, or hey, now it can be gray. I wonder if they could
Right.
just drive with it just changing because it just was a wave of color going through. Like we're there at that point of technology was really cool to see on a working vehicle.
Have you
Uh,
seen a video of a dude walking down the sidewalk? Somebody's like videotaping him walking in between these cars, and he's going in between the cars, and the briefcase is changing colors as he's walking.
no, I haven't seen that.
I'll see if I can find it. I'll put it in the thread.
Oh man, see, that's the
It's
kind of
that
stuff is really cool.
Right.
something, and it's like, how is he doing that? How is that happening? I can't remember how it happened. So I have to put it in the thread. I gotta find it. Don't let me forget, man.
Um, what else did another thing I saw from CES? Oh, I was googling this is little like I don't want to say I keep wanting to say portable. It's not a portable. It's a countertop dishwasher. So
Okay.
like if you live in a place or an apartment or just anywhere really where you don't have a dishwasher, you can buy this dishwasher. It's like probably for like one or two people, it's for countertops. But you can
Okay.
actually use it. You don't have to run water lines and all of that stuff. And they even have like a little sanitizing feature on there, sanitizing disinfector where you can put like your cell phone in there and just sanitize it. Like it's really
Hmm.
cool. Like
That's
that kind of
interesting.
technology is cool. And then, but the biggest thing that I was happy about from CES was PlayStation got a VR2 coming out. So, new virtual
Of course.
reality coming
hmm
out. I don't know exactly when, but it seems like it's going to be really cool. The controllers are going to have some of the same features that the haptic feedback kind of controls that the PlayStation 5 controllers have. They're going to bring that technology over into the PlayStation VR2. And from my understanding, the specs are supposed to be really good in comparison to a lot of other VRs that are out there. So even for it should future proof it a little bit. I'm excited, I guess. I don't know how much it's going to cost. That's going to be my determining factor on whether or not I'm getting it.
hmm
Or, well, I don't know. I guess I need to really try it out. I would hate to spend that kind of money and then put it on and then you feel sick. Like that would really suck. Be the quickest return ever. But I am really excited about it just because I've been wanting to get into VR, but I've been kind of just waiting on that next wave. So to kind of make it look a little better, to make it be a little more comfortable, user friendly, and I
hmm
think that might be what we're looking at here. So, but that was just like a couple things of the millions of things that they talk about, not literal millions, but on CES, like it was a bunch of car technology that came out. They were talking about electric cars. There's some new ones that got introduced that look really cool. New video cards that are coming out, curved screens for monitors. Just a bunch of cool tech out there. So
That's cool.
I spent a lot of time googling that kind of stuff.
What about
I'm
you,
glad you
Billy?
said
What you got?
what, huh?
No, I'm saying, what about you? What you got?
What I got.
Yes, for what you've been googling.
You want to know what else you've been googling?
Man, I don't know what else I've been Googling. Really, it's just synth work. What else? I Googled so many things. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. I had synth and that's it.
I feel you.
I
Totally.
understand.
All right. Well, moving on to our final segment. We got these questions.
And
Let's
this
see.
better be good questions.
Man, it's so funny that you be feeling that way when like a third of the questions is probably yours.
I mean, hey, and mine's are the good ones, so I'm not worried about those.
You're like, hopefully it's one of those thirds of the time.
Okay, so we got one, and it's a double question. All right. First question is, if you were a ghost, what location do you think you would haunt?
How big of a location can it be? See,
Don't matter, bro.
like a
Hey,
city?
if you want to locate, if you want to haunt a city, I mean, it's big thinking right there, man. Yeah,
Man,
what city you want to haunt?
man, probably keep it in the D. I actually know the location, know some of the
Uh,
people. I don't know.
I would want to haunt a crooked or dirty police department.
That's well
Yeah.
thought out.
Is it
It is.
like just to have somebody to mess with? Those are perfect people to mess with. And hopefully they'll have some good at the end of it. It's not just wasted haunting.
Sure, there's probably always something going on too.
The
Okay.
I'd
what you
hunt
talking about?
this place where I live because I like it here.
Like,
That's
man,
so nice,
there we
man.
go, man. Home is where the heart is.
And the soul, apparently.
Right,
So,
apparently.
If you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would you ask?
oh,
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
See, I don't
Jeez.
know because I think that I will put myself in a situation where I will ask a question that I'm not ready for the answer for.
I mean,
Like
well, this is not real right now.
it could be like the afterlife or something like the whole is it a heaven or hell? What's the purpose of
Uh,
life? That kind of thing. Like depending on what that answer is, that could really mess
yeah.
really mess people up. No, I don't know.
I mean, but that would be the same thing I would ask. And once you know the truth, you have some time to adjust and live the rest of your life
It would definitely change the way that I
knowing.
live my everyday. Like knowing
Yeah,
like hard facts on, hard facts. Um, and what would happen? I don't know.
the lottery for sure.
Yes,
That
the
big,
next
big, big.
the next Powerball,
Yep.
or wait till the Powerball get to a point where it's a lot of money, but not enough money where everybody want to know who won. Find that
When is that
madness.
gonna happen?
Not because you
Never.
got to get it before, like once you get like around 700 people, oh man, look, the Powerball, it's 500 million, it's 600 million. You got to hit it like when it's like that 400, where you still got enough money for yourself, your family. You just got, just you
Yeah, I
can
hate that
change
we
Dude,
live in a
lives
state where
off
we
of it.
have to we have to show who we are. Like if when you win, you can't be
you don't.
anonymous in
It's not a
Michigan.
You
way
don't have.
around that.
No, you have to.
There
You
is.
can't make like a LLC or
It's
something like that.
what is it? What's the way?
I think. I think a lawyer can either go get it for you, get your ticket for you, or you might be able to wear a mask to picking up the check. Or a
Well,
guy.
nowadays, yeah, like
I saw a picture of a guy holding the check up to cover his face, so you really couldn't see his body. But
Okay.
I don't know if they put his name in. I don't know if there's an option to put his name in there or not.
Uh, I thought I read something. Now it may change from state to state that you can make like a LLC
Mhm.
and pick it up in the name of the LLC so that nobody will have your
that's
information.
too much to be doing.
No, it's
I
not,
mean,
man. Look,
for
for
$700 million.
about to say, give me a smooth 700 million. I will figure out. I would take my time and figure out how not to have my name in it.
I think it costs $50 to have an LLC in Michigan. So
Oh, there we go.
A few hundred, ain't it? Something like that.
I think my friends got theirs for like $50 just for the
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
paper.
My bad.
I don't know if they charge to have it sent in.
even if it was, even if it was $500,
Yeah, I'm
like
doing it.
we make it work.
I
I'm
don't want
doing
to
it.
have to come up with a whole LLC. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot.
Dude, bro, it's
Man, look,
worth
you
it.
hit the lottery,
Yeah,
bro.
over
Call
100
us
million.
first.
Yeah, for first, bro.
Tim gonna be
Bro,
up there with the big check with his whole name, just smiling like first name, last name, won this amount of money. Like, man, dodge it if you can, man. Dodge it if you can.
yeah. Hmm.
No, but that's a good one. though. That's a good answer to that question. I don't know, Tim. What
Yeah.
would you do if you could have the answer to one question?
See, that's I don't even know what that question is. I feel like you did about like you be asking questions that you really don't want the answer for because it's like,
Hmm.
I'm good.
What question do you want to answer?
You trying to help me pigeonhole it? That's hard.
Is
There's a lot
magic
of
real? No, nothing?
It's that lottery for me, man. I like that one.
Yeah, me too.
I'll
Me
go with
too.
that. Yeah, it's like no.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah, I just I because it's just I don't want the answer to certain questions, so I'm just not even gonna ask.
Yeah, I mean, because you
That's
got the
real.
weird ones like when would you die, like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if I would want
Yeah.
to know that.
Don't want to know that.
Like the whole when or how. I wouldn't want to know that. I
Mm,
just
Uh, I'm cool.
because I think it would make it hard to even just really enjoy what you have left. You kind of just dread the coming.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you know you got a deadline, you got so much work to do before like such and such date. Wow, I got this much time to work with.
You would have to think about it like that to not go depressed. You would have to like shift it in your
Yeah,
mind and make it like that. And which a lot of some people can probably do. I would have
unless
to.
unless knowing that allows you to change it. Like if you're gonna die
Maybe.
from diabetes, don't eat nothing else with sugar in it. You know what I mean? Like, are
Right.
you
Oh
still gonna die
yeah,
from it? If it, do it taking it to an extreme, you know
yeah.
what I
Right.
mean?
No, yeah, I get that though. I don't know,
This
people.
is
What do y'all think out there?
yeah,
If
because this is
y'all,
going
Yes,
downhill. If you ask
what do
me,
you think? Let us know, Timbo, where can they give us new questions and their answers?
blacktypeasylum@gmail.com.
Thank you, sir. Ray, where can they find us, listen to us, watch us?
oh man, you can find us, listen to us, watch us anywhere that podcasts are found. We should be on Apple. We are on, Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube.
All of
Just
that.
just just give us some love, man. We appreciate it.
For sure. If you like the show, let us know. If you hate the show, let us
Let
know.
us know.
Until next time, until next time, the black top is not closed. Peace.
Hey man, peace.
Peace.